Welcome back, critical thinkers. Today's TEK is G4A. Distinguish between undefined terms, definitions, postulates, conjectures, and theorems. Now, this video covers writing flowchart proofs. Our learning objective is to write a flowchart proof, and you will know you have mastered this objective when you are able to write a flowchart proof given a given statement, given a proof statement, and perhaps a drawing. Every skill you learn in this video makes you a stronger thinker and a better problem solver. I know you can do this, so let's now turn your practice time into your superpower. You are probably asking yourself, what is a flowchart proof? Well, a flowchart proof is something that shows reasoning in a diagram with boxes and arrows. Okay? So it shows our thinking process in a flowchart type of manner. Now, each box contains a statement or a reason. Arrows show the logical order that leads from one thought to another to the conclusion. And it uses the same reasoning as paragraph proofs or two-column proofs. The only thing is, it's just very visual. So these are the four things that define a flowchart proof. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how do I write a flowchart proof? Well, here's our step-by-step instruction list. One is you start with the given statement in the first box. So you're going to write a box, you're going to put your given statement in there, and then you're going to draw an arrow. That arrow is going to lead you to the next logical thought. So you do step number 2, which is write the reason, and the reason could be a definition, a postulate, or a theorem. And we write that perhaps in another box. We use arrows to connect the steps logically, and our final statement is going to be our prove statement from the initial pieces of information that we're given. We want to make sure that each box is supported by the one before it, so that it leads logically from one thought to the next, to the next, to the next. We also want to make sure that the reasons are supporting the statements that are in the boxes. Let's look at a problem together. Now, the instructions read, write a flowchart proof for the following. So we have a given, we have proof, and we have a drawing over here. So I need to focus on all three of those pieces and parts. The given statement reads, ABC is isosceles with AB equaling AC. So I'm going to reinterpret this. I'm going to stop and say, what is an isosceles triangle? Well, an isosceles triangle is one that has two congruent sides. Now, they're telling us in this statement which sides are equal because they're saying the measure of AB equals the measure of AC. So we know what sides to look at. We know that AB and AC have equal measure. So our next step is to look at the prove, okay? What they want us to ultimately end up with is that angle B, which is right here, is congruent to angle C, which is right here. And so I want to mark that on my drawing as well. Angle B and angle C, we need to prove that those two angles are congruent. So what we have to do is we have to logically think through from the given statement to what they want us to prove and have logical statements that have supportive reasons that go along with it. So looking at our proof, we know that AB is equal to AC. That's been given to us, okay? So here's my statement, here's my reason. I put it in a box, and now I'm drawing an arrow. My next logical thought is the triangle ABC is isosceles. Well, where did I get that? Well, if you look up here, triangle ABC is isosceles. That is a given piece of information, but it's also the definition of an isosceles triangle. So if we know that two sides are congruent, our next thought could be that triangle has to be isosceles. So moving from these two statements, we're going to go down to our third statement, which is angle B is congruent to angle C, and that's called the base angles theorem. So we know, if we're looking back up here at our drawing, we know that the angles across from the congruent sides have to be congruent. So angle C is across from AB, and angle B is across from AC. So I know that this angle and this angle have to be congruent, okay? So therefore, I can say that angle B is congruent to angle C. I box that in, I put my reason off to the right, and this is our flow chart proof. This is it for today's video. If something doesn't make sense, that's your cue to ask questions. In fact, it's your responsibility to ask questions. You can come to me, talk with your classmates or your shoulder partners, or even try AI for a step-by-step explanation. We're a team here, and we're all here to help one another succeed. You learn best by breaking complex concepts down into smaller, more manageable skills. And that's exactly what we did today in our video. You are turning your practice time into your superpower. Now, I believe in you, and you know that I know you can do this. You are working your way to success, learning one skill at a time. Have a great day, and thanks for working with me.